So when things don't quite go to plan and you've got work to do, and I'm gonna meet my own goals for posting one video a week, no matter what. You guys, and excuse the craziness. Welcome to Blue Garden Cottage. Welcome to Crazy House. Grandson's visiting today, so I am going to continue to make this video. He was watching Bob's Burgers, but now he's curious.
Hi there. This is the best grandma I've ever had.
Okay, you can watch your Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be here and support my grandma.
Okay, you go watch Bob's Burgers then, so I can make my video.
Support oddballs. They are trying their best to try and stop ball cancer. So, support them. Buy their pants and support them. Also buy their socks.
Good plug, Hair. Maybe I should put a link in for that. Well done. Back to the topic at hand. Hubby helped me make the window boxes for the dollhouse. I am now busy making some bricks from sticks for the inside of the fireplace. I'm doing some final touches on the actual construction side of renovating the doll's house, and I'll carry on with that in a minute, and you can just chat while I'm busy doing that for a minute. So this is a really tricky, awkward bit because I've now cut all the pieces to fit in together to look like bricks, and I'll have to put each and every one in individually, and hopefully by the time I've painted it, it will look like brick, because I'm going to paint it in slate colours so it'll look like bricks or tiles or slates. But I decided I'm going to get a little wood burning stove, doll's house wood burning stove. Obviously not a real one, a doll's house one. No, goes the other way around. This is so fiddly. Secateurs come in handy for this job. Oh my goodness, I tell you what, there's so much been going on in my head, let alone day-to-day stuff. Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh, fiddlesticks. To fiddly jobs. Oh. So, anyway, let's hold this there a second. We're getting on really well with the doll's house. Almost finished with the outside. I'm going to put these window boxes on the sides of the house. I'm going to attach some door handles. So see if I can find some antique door handles to put on, just because that will be nicer and sturdier. Some, shelf drawer handles, shall I say, to be able to pick the doll's house up. They have to be sturdy metal ones, solid ones, because the house is very heavy and it's really awkward trying to lift the doll's house. So I am going to put handles on the sides. Also, tell you what. So in the background, I'm listening to Bob's Burgers. It's a bit distracting, but I'm sure I'll manage. It's not the usual video this week. I was going to be sharing with you what's been going on with my big plans, my big self-reliance plans, which are coming along just slower than I had hoped. Because, okay, so the big plan was, I had been for about 5 months now just investigating, checking out, and learning everything I can about Kindle Direct Publishing. I've been able to use it. I initially did that because I wanted to publish my own book that's been waiting on the shelf for me to be able to publish it for over a year. And I'm glad I haven't, because I need to iron out some things before I do. It's not ready. But in doing that, I came across a much better and more realistic way of being able to use Kindle Direct Publishing as part of our self-reliance journey in becoming financially self-reliant. So I found out what I needed to. I signed up for a Kindle Direct Publishing account, which is exactly where the first hurdle popped up. Turns out I need a tax reference before I could even use it. Okay, so usually I asked the tax office, I phoned them and asked, and they said, well, you have to register as self-employed as soon as you start trading, if you're self-employed. And they checked that even for an author or writer or publisher, you have to register for self-employed as soon as you start trading. Now that implies you've got a book ready to start selling, right? Which I don't, which is why I wanted to do Kindle Direct Publishing, get it ready, and then when I'm ready to publish, register. Although I know from listening to all those who have been there, done that, still doing it and managing, that it can take up to a year before you make any money out of it. So it's not a quick and easy way of making money. There's a lot to learn, especially about markets and niches and bestsellers ratings and all sorts of things to learn and practice of creating books of all sorts before you even see any money. And the way that Amazon actually pay is not, you don't get paid as soon as you make a sale. You don't even get paid every month from one book. Your first publication, you won't get paid for 3 months. It takes, well, up to 3 months, 60 to 90 days before you get paid. So it's not a quick earning thing. So that's where I got a bit unstuck. So it took a couple of calls back to Inland Revenue, and it wasn't that helpful because I still have to be able to register as self-employed to be able to get a tax reference number, because Amazon won't let you use the facility without a tax reference number to start with. And I can't get one because apparently I have a UTR from very many years ago from a business side. I haven't got any records. It's like 20 years ago. And it's hidden somewhere amongst all the stuff from when we moved house a number of times. And I'm going to have to go hunting for it. So that is not an easy fix. And then I said, okay, fine, I'll try and find that. And in the meantime, I'll find out, because you have to register for online services first. You have to open up an account for online services with Inland Revenue. So I tried to do that, because that being able to get onto online services would help you to be able to check your own personal records to be able to find out if you already had a UTR, you need tax reference. But I can't do that. Guess why? I need an up-to-date, in-date, valid passport. Now, I don't have a passport because I don't travel abroad. Why the hell should I have a passport when I don't travel? Why should I fork out money for a passport if I'm not going to be traveling? It costs a lot of money to get a new passport every, say, 10 years? And we don't have that money. Besides, I have a perfectly legal, up-to-date, and legally acceptable driving license, photo ID with all the information that they could need, whether that be my birthplace, my date of birth, my driving license, my address, everything, and even a photo. That is perfectly legal identification, which you would think, it's given by almost a government agency, you'd think would be acceptable to the Inland Revenue. You would think it would be, wouldn't you? Really? I don't travel, but I do have a perfectly legal and government acceptable form of ID, being my driving license. So why will the Inland Revenue not accept that? Why do they insist on a passport? Okay? I'm going in circles, I know, but that's how I feel. I'm going in circles about the ridiculous nature of this thing. So I am stuck, but I will not give up. It looks like I am going to have to, like it or not, fork out for a new passport, whether I like it or not, so that I can move forward. I have up to now actually got one book cover designed and ready. I'm busy working on the contents, so that won't be long before that's ready. And I'll just save it, and I can save the PDFs. And then when I'm ready, I just get the PDF merger site, merge the PDFs, and upload to Kindle Direct Publishing. So in the meantime, I'm doing that while I'm sorting out the stupid bureaucratic rubbish that is necessary part of becoming financially self-reliant, and doing so legally, because I want to stay within the law. I do not want to be a criminal. I never have been, and I don't intend to start now, not for any reason. So I'm just going to have to do what's necessary to move forward. I could sit in my protest mode, complaining, whinging, rebelling, and not move forward. Or I can do what's needed, move forward, and in time try to do something about it. But right now I just need to get going. Oh, look. Does that look like bricks? Slate bricks to you yet? And obviously not. It needs to be painted. But that's one move. Now you've got to do the sides. Right, I think right now I'm going to show you progress on the doll's house. And then I can natter again for a minute. Let's move all this out of the way. Actually, I had a sip of my lovely hot chocolate. I found at one of the big supermarkets, and I was so shocked when I went to the freeform section and found Galaxy hot chocolate. Oh my days, it's vegan Galaxy hot chocolate. That just made my day. But oh my gosh, was it expensive. It was on special offer, mind. It's usually around £4 odd, somewhere around like that in British pounds. But I thought, I got to try it. So I bought it. And then I got to thinking, there's 250 grams in a tub. And 25 grams makes 1 cup, 1 mug of hot chocolate. So in that case, there's 10 servings. How much would I pay for a really nice hot chocolate at places like Costa Coffee or Starbucks? Certainly I would pay almost the same price as a whole tub of the chocolate powder. And I have a knack of making nice, frothy hot chocolate. I'll share that with you one day. So I thought, putting on my frugal penny pinching hat, that even though that tub of hot chocolate, instant hot chocolate, was so expensive, it's still way, way, way cheaper than going out to a coffee shop for a hot chocolate. Because I don't drink coffee and I don't drink everyday tea. And hot chocolate is one of my things I struggle to give up. But, I mean, I have maximum of 2 hot chocolates in an entire month. So it might be expensive to buy the tub, but I think in the long run, and we don't often have hot chocolate, especially, I mean, I think winter coming up, we might have it at least once a week. So I think it's expensive, but it's frugal at the same time. Contradiction or not? Anyway, waffling on, let's go and have a look at the dollhouse. So this is where we're at so far. I've put the doors back on. It seems that the problem we had with the lining up hasn't been fixed even by changing the hinges. But, you know, we'll figure that out. The doors have been done. Some decoration been done inside. Some wood paneling created and put on around the window. This is nowhere near finished. I've still got curtain poles to put up, decorations. The tiling has been done. Tile wallpaper. And hubby found placemats, dog placemat for like marble type flooring. We figured out how to use cork the wallpaper, the Art Deco one, and some dado rails, which I discovered afterwards is a mistake because where the staircase goes in, it's a bit stuck. I have made room for the fireplace between the paneling there. That lovely, lovely wallpaper with the bird cages and the budgies and the roses is in. We made proper flooring, as I showed you before, with the tongue depressor sticks and waxed them, and they look really good. The attic floor has had the same flooring treatment as the bathroom and the kitchen. The wallpaper on the inside of the roof. I now have to get a long hinge because this roof really can sag, and the hinges that were on before were quite pitiful. And it could do with another wall here as a support. However, we're managing, and I will sort that out, find a hinge for that. So one each there, and higher up. On this one side, we're playing with the idea of putting a chimney breast in, but I think we'll keep that for another doll's house idea and just keep this one simple with beautiful wall baskets. We'll have hanging baskets and topiary in the front with some ivy and climbing flowers and things like that. And then when that's done, I will make sure that the hanging baskets can have the flowers you just take out the lot and put in your Christmas sprays. So that is where we're at so far. So that's where we're at with the doll's house so far. I'm hoping to get it finished by next week. I'll show you what it's like when we're done with that. Still need to sort out a better way of filming because it's really getting on my nerves. So I'm going to be wrapping a few layers of string around the bottom and the top for more decoration, and then I'm going to paint the whole lot white. The whole thing's going to be white to match the windows. Painstaking job, but then we're working on miniature everything, so it is painstaking. Anyway, back to the self-reliance thing. I know this week is just a general chat. It's the 5th week in the month. But it's quite frustrating having it all these years. Every single time we come up with an idea to help us on our self-reliance journey, there have been obstacles. And every single time we say, okay, fine, I'm going to try something else. At this point, There is nothing else. This was the perfect and is the perfect means that suits our family for us to be able to work out our self-reliance, financial self-reliance anyway. So this time around, I'm not going to say, okay, that's not working, I'm going to find something else to do. This is what I'm going to be doing. So I will figure it out, I will get it sorted, and hopefully by the time we get to the next self-reliance video, was it 4 weeks time, I'll have more interesting and better news and update for you to say how this is going. Okay, so there's a heck of a lot I've still got to learn. I've still got to learn more about marketing, even though I have experience in marketing and selling and stuff like that. I need to tailor it specifically to what we're doing. So I've still got a lot to learn, and I'll do that. But I think it's like I've said before in one of the other videos to do with self-reliance, that there comes a point after all our learning that you can carry on learning your entire life and not actually do anything. So yes, we're learning, but I have to get on and do stuff and learn on the job, so to speak, as I said earlier. So yeah, this is to moving on. It's not the big reveal I had wanted and planned. It's not the big exciting thing. It's just, you know, like that deflated balloon feeling. Well, guess what? I'm just going to pump it back up again. I'm going to blow that balloon back up and get right back to work. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going to do. And I'm going to make it happen. Yeah, thinning out, ironing out all those technicalities so that eventually, one day, I could give you something of value. Well, I hope this gives you value anyway, but you know, such is the situation. Things I can do today. I'm going to spend a little more time with my grandson. And it has, like in my last week I said that somebody had flicked the switch for autumn. Well, I tell you what, all this week we've had 2 days where we've had glorious sunshine in between heavy showers, and now it's just got heavy showers. It's great. It's really cold. Oh my gosh. It dropped from last week. We had temperatures of 24.5 degrees C, and in the past 2 days it's been about 10 degrees. So even though 10 degrees is mild for some people, it's still positively warm enough to go out in a t-shirt for people who are used to really, really, really cold temperatures. For us to drop from 24.5 down to 10.5 is a big drop, and you suddenly feel it. Whereas come January, this will feel really nice and mild actually. It won't feel very wintry. If we had 10 degrees in January or February, it would feel mild. But lots of people are already putting the heating on, and I'm sitting here going, no, I'm not putting the heating on. I'm not doing it. The prices have just jumped up in our fuel prices to the equivalent of £120 a year for our family. Just because of the price hikes. We've not changed anything that we do. There's nothing we've done that's different to any year before. We do the same stuff. It's a cycle for us. So just that has made the prices jump up. It's going to be winter now, so we're going to be using a bit more energy anyway. So yes, we're going to light up that wood burner tonight. Going to continue. Well, I mean, I haven't got a jumper on today because I didn't want to get it mucky. I'll get my scruffy jumper on. You know, that funny burgundy kind of thing to match this scruffy burgundy apron, which I will do something about eventually. But I am just going to pile on the jumpers. So just to keep warm. However, we did comment yesterday that things are feeling damp. It's only been a solid week of rain, and already everything in the house feels damp. So we're going to have to put the heating on for a little bit. Just even if it's just 3 times a week for an hour, just to help counteract some of the damp feeling in the house. Yeah, but we're going to resist turning on the heating until at least mid-October, even though I prefer to wait till the end of October, which is not that far away, but 3 weeks is 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks of burning energy that would normally cost quite a lot of money. So we're just going to pile on the jumpers, wear warmer clothes, no matter what they look like, and stay warm that way. That's about the sum of the natter this week. There's no such thing as a big reveal yet, but I'm just letting you know what I'm working on. The big reveal will come when I actually manage to conquer those bureaucratic barriers. I'll let you know how we get on with that one. Hold thumbs for me, folks. Do keep coming back and seeing how we're managing with that. See how we're getting on with the doll's house. See how we're getting on with gardening in the autumn. Not much is happening in the garden, although I did harvest all the potatoes and all of the beetroot. They're all harvested. We've got two butternut squash that really do need to be cut off the vine and put on a warm sunny windowsill to cure. Otherwise they're not going to store. We need to keep them dry. So I'm going to get them off the vines and put them on the sunniest windowsill, which is here in the living room, or up on the top landing. But it's not very sunny there lately, even though that's a south-facing window. It's been a long, hard week. I have lost a day of work this week. I'll have to try and make it up next week. Now I shall just do a basic edit to cut out clips that really shouldn't be in there. Right, it's been lovely to have you along. Not as interesting or exciting as I so wanted to give for you, but these things happen. It's as damp as the weather. But that's not going to stop us moving forward, having fun and doing the best we can. I shall see you next week, gardening week. They don't expect much garden-wise. Well, there might be something in the garden to show you. You have a good week. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I'll speak to you then. Bye-bye.